All right, well, I've had the pleasure of following Hudson a couple times now, and they've never ended well for me, but here I am. Thank you all for coming out. It means a lot to me personally to see so much support tonight. Really don't have the words to put in my appreciation for everyone coming tonight. Just by quick means of introduction, my name's Matt Pacifici, and I was a relatively recently retired professional athlete with the Columbus Crew as a goalkeeper in Major League Soccer. I then became a pro ambassador for Athlete Ally this year with my own coming out story. So not to go into too many details and bore you with that, but my brief time at MLS was a very interesting one that I look back on very fondly for a lot of reasons. I think becoming a rookie in a league that you've sought after for so long is a very special moment, but my brief career was always had this heavier cloud hanging over me, and that had to do with my sexuality and my inability or my discomfort in coming out and being authentically myself at that time. So it actually took a career-ending injury for me to then step back from the sport and finally feel like I could sit back and assess my options and really become more comfortable with myself, which I think says a lot about the environment of professional sports, but also at collegiate sports and club sports, as those were obviously things I had partaken in throughout my earlier life. Looking back at my time in the league, I look at people like Robbie Rogers, who was the first player to come out in the league and a trailblazer of his time. But for me, one person wasn't enough. I had always looked to kind of have that strength or that safety in numbers, and one person just seemed like an outlier to me and something that I wasn't fully comfortable throwing myself out in that environment yet. So I say all of this because I realized firsthand how difficult it was for Collin Martin to come out and authentically be himself. So someone that I have the utmost respect for, one of the most humble people, just in chatting with him in the back room. We actually think that he scored on me in college, but he denied that. I remember pretty vividly. But I really do have the utmost respect for Collin. I question, I remember vividly seeing a Twitter notification that Collin had come out, and it made me think, why couldn't I do that in that moment? And it, of course, realized that everyone has their moment. But to see Collin do that on that stage in front of that many people is absolutely incredible to me, because I know that he continues to motivate child after child, adult after adult, man after man, women after women to come out and authentically be themselves. So please help me and welcome to the stage, Action Award honoree, Collin Martin.
Looks like none of these guys use their sheets here. Wow, gotta scroll on down here. Okay, yeah, wow, thank you. This is pretty cool. Yeah, this is incredible. Well, I'll start with, so when I was in 4th grade, a teacher asked us to write in our journals what we wanted to be when we grew up. Without hesitation, I wanted to be a professional soccer player, and that's what I wrote. And while I never doubted that a life in professional soccer was going to happen for me, I did feel like I'd have to pay the price of leaving a large part behind of me. That same part of me could never understand why my teammates growing up would use the word gay as an insult. It took years for me to realize that there's nothing shameful about being a gay athlete, and that the only way to make sure no other kids had to feel the way I did is to help normalize it. When I left East United after 4 seasons and began my time in Minnesota, I told myself that I was done hiding. I wanted to be as open as possible with my new club. Slowly but surely, I told my teammates and members of the support staff that I was gay, and I got nothing but support from them. I even felt comfortable bringing my boyfriend at the time to a teammate's party. That was kind of tough, but they were pretty cool about it. But I was making big strides for myself, but it wasn't until I got involved with Playing for Pride, an initiative started by soccer player Austin DeLuz, a fellow Demon Deacon and Wake Forest alum, that I felt the true power of allyship. Through Playing for Pride, pro soccer players across the country advocated for LGBTQ+ rights and raised over $20,000 for Athlete Ally last year. It meant so much to see my teammates and fans supporting a cause so close to home for me. And yet, when a reporter asked me why I was supporting it, I didn't know what to say. There were no other out, active male Major League Soccer players in none of the other 4 major leagues. It seemed like a daunting task to come out, but I felt like it wasn't fair to all the people that had been supporting me. I also began to think, What if I didn't come out while I was playing? That wouldn't be pretty cool. So I thought, what better way to come out than before my team's pride game and celebrate this with the fans and the community of Minnesota? Standing here this evening, I can tell you confidently that I made the right choice. I feel incredibly lucky that I had such supportive teammates because I know many athletes don't. And the pressure shouldn't just be on us athletes to come out, but also teams and the organizations and sports as a whole. It's about changing culture and making sure every athlete feels like they can come out without fear that they'll be bullied or kicked out of the sport they love. That's why I see Athlete Allies work as critical. They're working directly with athletes and coaches at the college and pro levels to create environments where LGBTQ athletes are welcomed without question. That only comes with education and providing people with the right information and the tools to create inclusive spaces and to speak out when they see or hear someone being homophobic or transphobic. So many people in sport have good intentions but lack the skills to be strong allies and advocates, and Athlete Ally helps fill that gap. This is why I'm proud to be an Athlete Ally ambassador and proud to be accepting this award tonight. It means so much to share this honor with Terry Miller and Andrea Yearwood, who refuse to be sidelined from the sport they love. And also with Allie Krieger and Ashlyn Harris, whose incredible advocacy and leadership is helping to grow LGBTQ inclusion in soccer. Visibility is powerful. Men in sport can learn a lot from the amazing women here tonight and across the world who stand proud in who they are. The simple fact is, if we did, I probably wouldn't be the only out gay man active in pro sports. It's as simple as that. So, yeah. I know there are plenty of closeted LGBTQ athletes. I mean, I get DMs of plenty of people that are at differing levels. Yeah, I'm not going to out anyone tonight. Don't you worry about that. But no, there's people that are reaching out and need that visibility, but that want to come out, but that are still waiting there. So again, we can learn a lot from the women in sports and the women that are here tonight. So, but we all have a role to play in this building in building a world where there's athletes can come out without fear. I'm grateful to Athlete Ally and to all of you so that we don't have to do this work alone. So thank you so much, and thanks for being here.